guys, I'm here with my buddy Greg Henderson.
How you doing?
And he built this really cool Roxor, probably the sickest one I've ever seen, and there's a lot of detail in this thing, and I'm gonna let him talk about it for a second.
Yeah, so this is a lot of fun. It's a brand new 2020 Roxor. Under the hood is a bone stock 2.4 common rail turbo diesel, and that's what these come with, but they're all steel. So this is a side-by-side that was introduced into the country about 18 months ago. However, Mahindra has been building these since 1953, and they've had the licensing ever since, so we know it's good. The frame on this is so incredibly stout that I didn't have to do anything to it. In fact, this is probably as strong as about an F-250, which is really cool. Still leaf sprung. I did widen the axles by over a foot so that they were JK width, because from the factory these are 52.5 inches. Also, for people who know Roxors, you can see that the shape of the fender's a little bit different. I raised the fenders 3¼ inches so that I was allowed to, basically I allowed myself to fit 37s with no lift. So it keeps it really low, keeps a decent sized tire on a vehicle with such a short wheelbase. From the factory, this is a 96-inch wheelbase, and after my modifications and the shackle reversal, it's a 98.5-inch wheelbase. Really, it's a lot of stock parts. They come with the Dana 44 front and rear, so I didn't change the axles, I just widened them. I did switch to all Yukon gears and 30 spline axle shafts to get a little bit more strength over the factory stuff. You'll also see back here, this is a little different than your average Roxor because I did chop the top almost 4.5 inches. I thought it looked a little bit Elmer Fuddie, and so we brought it down, shortened it up, gives it a little more airflow, definitely keeps it lower, gets the center of gravity down, and gives it kind of a more mean look. The entire body's coated with bullet liner, so, and I don't have one in my pocket, but bullet liner is real nice because if you are on the trail, you don't scratch it. Now, if you drag it across a rock, you're going to scratch it, but little tree branches and stuff, no real issue, no rust problems,
no
pinstripes.
Yeah.
It keeps it going real good. Now inside, you'll notice I made a few changes. I changed the seats.
And the pattern, man, that's Greg Henderson right there.
So I did change the seats. I went with a 97-01 TJ seat, which is the most comfortable seat that Jeep ever used. But we teamed up with Dixon flannel. So we did a marine vinyl with the Dixon flannel inserts, and the vinyl goes under the insert, so it can get wet and doesn't soak up the foam. And it looks cool.
It does look cool.
I even did the headliner, and a few other touches throughout with the Dixon flannel to make sure it tied front to back. Opened the wheel wells up. I didn't want to comp cut it. I haven't taken it off-road yet because I just put it together in 50 days. I may need to trim a little bit more off the back. Hopefully I don't. But I really like the low, mean look. I mean, Marvin's Jeep, come on. So, then in the back we did do a little bit of sound system stuff. Normally I don't, but this didn't come with anything from the factory. So fully outfitted with JBL radio, JBL speakers. This is their side-by-side sound bar, a couple 8-inch pods, 10-inch woofer in a jerry can. And then this jerry can is for when you're done trail riding for the day and it's time to camp out. Hopefully I'll get to use it on the next 24-hour hell and back. But mini bar.
That's good. That is awesome. That is super cool. And flannel inside too.
Yep.
I mean, the details
Did
on
the
this
flannel
thing are
inside,
nuts.
even the Dometic fridge, and I've been using Dometic fridges for years. They're a phenomenal fridge. In fact, Marvin and Axel told me about Dometic fridges in the beginning because they used to attend other shows.
And I don't even have one.
And no sloppy sandwiches, ice cold food, ice cold drinks, ice cream on the trail if you want. I love my Dometic fridge.
Very cool.
But I did wrap it to tie in with the rest of it. As always, we have a power tank. I do have onboard air, but I use my power tank for everything air related other than lockers. So, a lot of different things. Also, front and rear super winches. The front one's a 9.5 Talon. The rear is this 4,500 pound. I don't know if this will stay forever because it does affect my departure angle having such a big bumper.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
But I really wanted to try it and see how it works.
Go wheel it first, then you can make adjustments.
Exactly.
Tom Woods drive shafts, yay!
Tom Woods drive shafts, front and rear. I always use Tom Woods for everything. In fact, this build was really fun for me because I did it in such a short amount of time. The axles, well, the rear axle's not even painted yet, but the axles on this went in 3 days before I brought it to SEMA. So Sean at Tom Woods called me because I didn't have my dimensions in yet. When I gave him the dimensions, I had my drive shafts within 24 hours. Now, it costs a little bit extra for shipping, but that type of customer service, you can't even frown
He makes
at.
it happen every single time.
Every single time. Tom Woods drive shafts, 100%. In fact, a lot of people know with my builds, I usually don't brand them, but I made sure to brand this one with Tom Woods and some of the other sponsors. It fits the build too. So definitely, check them out. I got another build over here in the booth where I turned a Gladiator into YJ.
If you get talk really quick. What do you do? Like, what is your business? What do you do?
So I'm Greg Henderson. I build vehicles from mild to wild. And I don't pigeonhole myself just into Jeeps, but Jeeps are my passion. So I own a little shop in Michigan called Unofficial Use Only, and I'm kind of a one-stop shop. You come into me, and I will help you build the vehicle of your dreams. And it doesn't matter if you're just a regular customer who wants one to go play with and be able to do something like 24-hour hell and back, or trail ride just on the weekends, or if you're a company and want something that pulls people into your booth at events like SEMA or any of the other events around the country. I'll cater a vehicle build specific to you and only concentrate on that build one at a time so that you get the best of the best.
And you're kind of known for extreme body modifications, kind of. Like, you kind of made yourself a name with extreme, just
I like to do extreme
mods.
body modifications. This is a Roxor. It comes with 29-inch tires. I was told that I would need like a 6.5 to 8-inch lift to fit 37s. So I did it with no lift. I had to reshape all the sheet metal on the front end, reshape some of the sheet metal on the rear end, but I did it, and I hope that it looks pretty factory.
It looks really factory.
Same thing like some of the other vehicles, even one that's here today.
Let's walk over to the Gladiator.
So here we're in the Steer Smarts booth at SEMA, and that's where both of these vehicles are located. Steer Smarts, in my opinion, makes some of the best steering you can get in the off-road industry that bolts into your factory components, or even vehicles like this that has ultimate Dana 60s. So, it's not even the stock axle, but they still make components that work, and they're really, really strong, and I love them. So this particular vehicle, it's a brand new Gladiator. In fact, 2 weeks ago it was bone stock. I worked on the grill for a few weeks before I ever even saw the Jeep, but the grill is a culmination of 3 grills. I bought 2 JT grills, and I had 1 YJ grill, and square headlights are cool. It's hip to be square. So I grafted in the headlight buckets from a YJ grill and then inverted all of the ribs of the JT grill so that they flowed just like a YJ. I did have to close the spacing a little bit.
So this is not YJ, this is the JT, or did you?
This is all JT.
Wow. I thought that you completely
No, this is all JT, all plastic, inverted. And then just right here is the steel panel bonded into it. And then the headlight buckets are behind. Same with the marker lights. But it took 3 grills to make one.
And I mean, look how clean this is. Like, god damn, Greg. It looks factory. It absolutely does.
Well, and that's what I try and do. I want them to look factory. You put the hood down on this, and a lot of people don't realize it's a bone stock JT body with a slightly modified grill. And another really cool thing, seen here first on Flex Rocks and Rollovers, this is one of 3 in the world Jeeps with the brand new Magnuson supercharger. So this puts out very, very comparable to a 5.7 horsepower power, 50 state carb legal, and it should be available really, really soon. And one of the cool parts is it is 50 state carb legal, all the tuning's done, everything else is done. I don't know what the market price is going to be because this is one of the first 3, but it definitely makes it a joy to drive, and it turns these 39-inch pit bulls flawlessly.
Awesome, man. Very, very cool, Greg. You knocked it out of the park again.
No problem. But
Man.
for fun, one of the reasons, so with the YJ grill, which is very 80s, early 90s,
You got the livery on it.
instead of doing the Islander, we did the Inlander. And Jay at Steer Smarts actually came up with the graphics and kind of the theme. And then in the back, we did do a double single roll bar,
Yes.
which is definitely very
So
80s.
old school. I love it. With the KC daylighters on top, the daylighter covers. That's
Yep.
really, really cool.
Yeah, KC lights throughout, Bilstein shocks, Ultimate Dana 60s, and these are the Dirty Life race wheels. So I found out about Dirty Life probably a year ago. Dirty Life has these on, I think, 4 Ultra 4 cars, and they've been running them for 3 or 4 years without any failures ever. And that's pretty impressive. So I kind of chose Dirty Life on both of these vehicles, different wheels, but these are the hardcore ones. And I use Pitbull tires a lot. I really like the guys at Pitbull tires. I think it's my 2 favorite tires in the world are BFG and Pitbull. So that's usually all you see coming out of my shop. In fact, I was really fortunate to have one of the very first set of 39.5s other than Marvin. But yeah, I absolutely love those. Most all of my builds you'll see Pitbulls or BFG because I love them both.
They definitely
But it's
suit your
definitely a
style.
cool car. Yeah, I call Jeeps cars. Sorry about that, but it just happens. But very cool. I think it's 3.5-inch lift. Ken's Car Care, Dr. Death Wobble. He did all of the suspension work, did the axles on this, put it together. I think he did the bumpers, the fenders, and a couple other things in like 4 days, which was knocking
That's
it out of the park.
impressive.
So yeah, 3 different companies came together, Steer Smarts, Unofficial Use Only, and Ken's Car Care with Dr. Death Wobble to bring this to you in under 2 weeks. Well building other SEMA cars.
Right.
So, I'm really glad that people like it. I'm really glad that people love the grill. But
It is a cool
you
grill,
can't
man.
not
The
love
swap,
it
and
because it's got
fits-
square headlights.
Yes. It suits the build very well, man.
Cool.
Good job,
well,
man.
thank you very much.
Thank
hey,
you.
don't let me take up all your time. Get the rest of SEMA.
I will.
Check it all out. There's a million builds here that you gotta love. And thank you very much.
Marvin, what do you think about this?
He did a fantastic job, man.
He did, didn't he?
Greg knocked it out of the park.
Greg killed it.